Heads up, look this way, let's get started.
And I do Year 3. My teacher's name is Mrs. Daly and she works at School of the Air.
Welcome to School of the Air, Broken Hill. The school was established in 1956 following a visit to Alice Springs School of the Air by the Honourable R.J. Heffron, at the time Minister for Education. He was so impressed that on his return to Sydney, he announced that he would like a School of the Air in Broken Hill to cater for the geographically isolated children of New South Wales.
The aim of the school was to bring the isolated children out of the silence and give them a sense of belonging. No longer were they to struggle alone with their individual problems. They were part of a real school, a school they could identify with teachers and classmates. Mrs. Phyllis Gibb had the honour of being asked to be the first teacher of the school. She was at the time teaching at Broken Hill North Primary School.
At its peak in the 1980s, School of the Air covered an area of 1.3 million square kilometres and had an enrolment of over 200 primary-aged students from New South Wales, Queensland and South Australia. In 1991, the Department of Education decided to decentralise distance education and open up Schools of the Air across the state. This has resulted in School of the Air Broken Hill now servicing an area of 800,000 square kilometres of Western New South Wales. In 2003, the VHF radio network was replaced by the Satellite Education Project. In 2004, School of the Air extended its satellite delivery to incorporate students at Hayes School of the Air and Tibooburra Outback School of the Air. Lessons are now delivered via satellite from the remote sites with support from Studio 2 in Broken Hill.
We've had our satellite system integrated into the School of the Air, and that's basically allowed for students to have vision of the teacher now, which is terrific. Basically with the satellite system, that involves obviously the studio where the kids tune into the teacher, and then obviously the students have their own PCs at home, and we've updated our internet site just to inform the general community about the day-to-day runnings of School of the Air. The other thing that we've developed at the School of the Air is our intranet site, which is a little bit different to our internet site. That's only available to those across the DET network, and School of the Air students also have access to that. And our intranet site is basically allowing to share morning messages as well as student work samples, and of course student photos. Studio 2 is with Hay as well as Tibooburra have come aboard in Studio 2. Basically it's allowed for teachers or students to see the teachers at Hay as well as Tibooburra through the satellite system using the video conferencing system. So really it's breaking down the barriers of communication, and through the use of their own computer and the DET network, which has been terrific.
A typical day for a child at School of the Air may start well before they are due on air for lessons. They may have been out helping mum or dad doing their chores. The children are often very involved in the day-to-day running of the property, and busy times may mean that school times are varied. However, Where possible, families try to maintain a regular school day.
When school's finished, what do you guys like to do?
Ride the goat.
You ride the goat?
Ride the goat and you just get knocked off.
We give the pups runs. In summer we go swimming, which it's not, it feels like summer, but it's just the pool's full of algae. We ride motorbikes sometimes, and if we're shearing or crutching after school, we'll go down and help the boys, or I will. Sometimes he does, only sometimes.
Okay, good afternoon, very welcome. So I'm just at Jackson with our teachers and very keen myself back here. Now, it's great to see the family got one again, particularly in this last week of term.
All students are linked to the satellite education system. Students receive lessons from the Broken Hill studio on their computer.
The satellite timetable varies for each child, and some days they may not have any lessons at all.
Teachers at School of the Air structure work programs to meet the individual learning needs of their students.
Satellite lessons are then conducted on a grade-to-grade basis throughout the day. The satellite lessons supplement the correspondence material covering most key learning areas, with a special emphasis placed on literacy.
And you can have a look at it. And here on the desk, if you can see, we've got a penguin that I think Ben Wall made, which is an excellent job. You can see that he's made it out of a drink bottle. We've got a, I think it's a Coke bottle as the base, and he's done some paper mache to build up the penguin, and we've got some fins and some googly eyes. So that's really well done, Ben. Congratulations on that. You can obviously put in a fair bit of effort